Fancy camera work here. Let me get my other glove, Tobe. Let me get my other glove before you race off after something. There we go. There we go. Now we're set up. Come on. Okay, come on. Come on, leave it. Come on. I wonder why these hillbillies block the sidewalk all the time. Don't they know in a civilized society you don't block the sidewalk? Dumbasses. Come on. Of course. Here we go. Ooh, what happened? There we... Hey now. There we go. Back to normal. We're trying to get to the church by 7 to hear the bells. We're almost there. We're 2 blocks away. Hey, slow down. Slow. Slow for the old daddy. Hello, hello. We're on the Toby walk. Come on, leg hiker. Maybe we can walk to the park today again, Toby. Is that what you want to do? You want to walk to the park again? Turn. If you weren't in front of me, you'd be able to turn just when I turned. But you insist on being in front. Yesterday it was a half hour before they put my announcement out. I think they're doing the same thing again today. Messing up my walk. Okay, now I'm too... I officially got too much clothes on. All by myself. I'm walking him all by myself. Once again. Where are you going? Get out of my way. Take it easy on me, buddy. Take it easy on me. Hello, good morning. I can't quite see the... Hey, knock it off, Tobe. Hey, Ideal Eileen. Good morning, Lizzie Asha. Welcome, welcome. Toby's doing fine. He's pulling on a leash this morning. He wants to go, go, go. Hey. Toby's on a go, go, go this morning. We're walking to the park. If we make it there. Hey, 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 I can't take it. You gotta slow down, Tobe. How are you this morning, Lizzie? Morning on my side, afternoon on your side, right? Slow down. Slow. Pretty chilly out this morning. You can see the frost on the grass. I think it's like 27 degrees out, which is probably -3 or 4 in the Celsius, below freezing. Look at this boy, he won't give me a break. Hey, Simone. Good morning from my side. Thanks for coming to visit last night. I sure appreciate you on the live stream. We are moving. We are less than 200 from the 3,000 mark. We're just less than 3. I looked at it a little bit ago. I think it's only a week to go. if that. If the numbers, if my view numbers can keep up the WH hours. We're very close. We're knocking on the door, the 3,000. And not too far behind the ultimate goal of the 4K baby. You know, we'd have been there already back in July when YT announced, we're cracking down on this, that, or the other, or whatever it was. I got scared off of what I was doing. But I did some research. And found out what I'm doing is not wrong. Nothing the matter with it. The biggest channels do it. So we're going to keep running our 12-hour loops. Fun. I like that new video player that's seamless. As long as your camera's steady, nobody'd notice. Last night the volume, the audio was seamless. That's a real big plus for me. The audio seamless at the end of the playlist. I run the playlist like an hour and a half, 2-hour playlists, sometimes even longer than 2 hours, just for the entertainment. My night live streams are for 3 things. Number 1, for chatting. Number 2, putting some soothing music or soothing sounds out for people to sleep by. I know that I got a laptop next to me in the bed. Not in the bed, but on the. So I can hear and see when I'm going to sleep. It sounds pretty nice. That is what we're doing at night. When we get if and when the monetization happens, and we'll start doing horizontals at night, and then we could put the chat in there and everything. But for now, we don't put the chat in there now because on the vertical, you see it anyway, and it's right in the middle of the screen. Come on, Bubba. Yep, we're making a strong march towards the goal. Plus, our 1 year is coming up in February, the end of February. So for sure, we want to take care of that before. We want to take care of it before we lose anything that we worked for. I know it's on a rotate. It's going to fall. The hours are going to fall off. It's a 12-month rotating basis. I've had jobs where you got to have so many hours on your 12-month rotating basis to keep your health insurance, things like that. So I know all about that. And I didn't want to lose, so we got back on the horse. Got back on the horse, and here we are. It's been 3 days in a row that the analytics has said our WH in the last 28 days have been 1,000 or more. Try to keep that up. At that rate, someone could get monetized in 4 months. You know what I mean? Fully. Here we are at the park. Now we're going to look around and make sure there's nobody here. And I'll let them off the leash and let them run loose. We did that yesterday morning with success. I've got to make sure there's nobody else here. No other dogs. No squirrels. And after we get around this corner, we can let them loose. Come on. He's got to sniff where all the other dogs walked along the sidewalk here. You notice he's always on my left. That's just traditional dog training stuff. Keep him on your left, walking on your left. Don't ask me why. I do not know. Even in the show ring, he's exactly the same way. And this is the direction we go counterclockwise when we're running around the show ring. So when we go around the parks, anytime we're going around something, I always go the same way, counterclockwise. Hold on, Tobes. Hold on, I got you by one finger. I'm gonna put this hood up. It's like soon as the sun reaches where it's at right there, it gets suddenly super cold. Like the sun, the heat's chasing the cold away. When it comes up and that cold comes rushing. Whew. Yeah, you definitely see the breath. You can see the frost on everything. It's a cold, frosty morning below freezing. Cold and frosty and cold. Toby always stops under the bush. I imagine every dog does. I didn't charge my phone this morning. It was on most of the night. And it's at 28%. Oh well. If we get down to 4, we'll have to say goodbye. We gotta leave the 4% in case we could call someone to pick us up if my knee goes out. Okay, I don't see any other dogs. Let me see, little puppy. Okay, I don't see any other dogs, so we're gonna let the dog loose. Who let the dog out? Who? Yep, winter's here. Not quite though. Another month and it'll be really cold. And come February, when it's below 0 all the time, that's like what is it in Celsius? When Fahrenheit's at 0, 32 degrees south. This place will be covered in snow. Oh, I was looking at videos last night on my phone. There's over 500 videos on my phone in my iCloud. Over 500. The best ones, and the very best ones, they're horizontals. I got some wows that'll be coming up if and when we hit that 4K. I got some wows coming. I'll run them for 5 days straight with the ads on. Come on. Oh, my whisk's not working. Here we go. Come on, little Buster. Come on, baby. Come on, let's walk through the field. The frozen field. I won't get wet toes because it's froze. Yeah, that's a lot of videos. Some I've used already. Some of the horizontal or the verticals. Some of the verticals I've used, like my driving verticals. Some of those are from that were on my phone. Toby, come around. But I got some doozies that I'll play if and when, a couple weeks. I don't know if it'll take that long. I don't get hours like some of the big channels, like my girl Maria. I could just imagine the watch hours she gets. Oh my goodness. Thousands of people roll through her chats every night. But We had one live stream 2 weeks ago that hit 76 hours. And man, a couple of those will put us over. We're that close. Put us over the 3K. We're super close. Come on, little Toby dogs. I should have brought a Frisbee. I thought about it last night, bringing the Frisbee this morning. But he's iffy with the Frisbee some days. Some days he'll mess with it. Some days he don't want nothing to do with it. Toby's good for like 3 Frisbee tosses, and then he's over it. I've got video of the dog before Toby, Charlie boy. That dog just lived for the Frisbee and the ball. He was nonstop. Come on, this way. Hey. He was nonstop every 15 minutes all day long, every day, bringing me a ball or a Frisbee in the house, nonstop. He was a psycho border collie Aussie Shepherd mix. But he was cool as hell, though. I wish Toby and that dog would have met. That dog would have taught Toby all the right from wrong. You know what I mean? And to love the Frisbee. I thought when I got Toby, I was hoping to get another Frisbee dog, you know. But Toby's more of a cattle dog than a sport dog. He's getting there, but you know, the first couple of years he was overweight, and my fault. I thought he was healthy, but he was actually overweight, so that kept him from learning a lot of things like that. Plus, I didn't let him jump. I didn't give him any opportunity to jump for his first year, so it's not like he grew up jumping and catching stuff since he was a puppy. You know, there was no jumping to preserve his joints. There's a you know, I know you can just have a pup and let it go and let it raise itself, you know. You put it out in the morning and bring it in at night or whatever, leave it in the yard 24 hours a day. Some people like that. But hey, where you going? You want to walk on that side? I'll come with you. Hold on. But I've taken on trying to do what the dog school people taught me. You know what I mean? There's a lot to raising a dog, right? So that way you got the dog that he doesn't attack people when you at the front door. Cool, calm, and collected wherever we go. I could take him in the restaurant and he'll sit underneath my chair. He'll lay under the table. I can take him anywhere in any situation, and I know what I'm getting. When we're out like this running crazy, yeah, he's out of control. But when it's time to be in control, he's in control. He's also a certified therapy dog. We went through a bunch of classes and took tests. So he's got to be cool, calm, and collected at all times. He can't be biting anybody or barking at people or growling, chasing bicycles or anything. Can't have him jumping up on people. He's a therapy dog. He's got to be cool, calm, and collected. They don't let you film therapy dog visits to the hospitals or the nursing homes. So we won't ever have that kind of footage. Okay, buddy, this way. Come on. Don't run out in the street. Hey. That's a good boy. You running with Daddy? Run. Go. Come on. I can't run. Hi, baby. What's up, baby? I don't have no treats or nothing. And we didn't bring a Frisbee. He's ready to play this morning, though. Yeah, here they call it the HIPAA laws. I've known people that got fired over HIPAA laws from their nursing home jobs. One lady I know took a picture of a patient's foot so she could show her supervisor, and she got fired for taking a picture of the foot. Invasion of privacy. Yeah, crazy. That's super crazy. But laws are laws, rules are rules. You gotta follow them, or bad things happen. Hold on, Tobe. We're gonna empty our travel bag here. There we go. Whew. No matter how hard you tie them bags or what you put them in, they still stink. A Ziploc bag doesn't hold nothing back. He's good on the recall. Oh, here he comes on his own. Here he comes on his own. We'll get a ball over here. There's probably a ball laying around. We'll play with the ball a little bit. I know where I saw one yesterday. Over here in the playground, or by the tennis courts. Now, I had dogs years ago when I was a young guy and when I was a little kid that if they were off the leash like that, they'd be running. They'd be running and you'd never catch them. I'm lucky with this boy here, he's not a runner. Not yet, anyhow. If there was a squirrel or a rabbit, run. If it was in motion, he'd probably tear off after it. Yesterday, there was 2 balls here. Let's see if we can find one to play with. Yesterday, come on, hey, this way. Come on, inside. Yesterday, we went out at one point and the dog across the street, his River girl, his friend River, she was out and I walked, he'd come with me across the street and without a leash on, and we visited with River girl for a minute. And then when it came time to walk back across the street, a squirrel popped up in front of the house next door, and Toby looked at it, and I was able to tell him to leave it and let's go, and he didn't ever took a step towards the squirrel, even though the squirrel was, where'd you go? Come on. Even though the squirrel was like 20 feet away from him, he never bolted towards it or nothing. I told him to leave it and let's go, and he come right with me. Come on. Here we go. We got the ball. Ready? Hello, friend. Amaka, right? Let me know if I pronounce it wrong. As cold as it is, Simone, you should have said something. I could give you the jacket earlier. It's cold out here. Okay, one more tub, and then we got to start walking home. You got the ball? You got the ball? Is it the ball? I'll throw it back in the tennis area so they'll. Oh, it's a kid channel? I'll take it off. I don't know if kids are allowed to be monitors? Or let's see if he figures it out. Oh, he knows the doors. He knows where the door's at. What's he gonna do? Hey, come here. Come. He knows where the door's at. Inside. Come on, inside. You learned this last year. Come on, right here. Inside. Inside, dummy. There you go. Dummy. That's what Fred Sanford used to call Lamont. You big dummy. Come on. Come on. Come on, use your head. Use your head. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Think it out. Think about it. Think about it. Give me hand. Hand. Ready? Here, here. Inside. Inside. Right here. Right here. Toby. Come on. Right here. Door. There you go. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes. Hey, Helen Okoye's got a premiere right now, folks. Oh, how old is she? Hey, Be Okay, good morning. Good morning, Be Okay. We're testing Toby's thinking ability here. Twice I've thrown the ball into the tennis court, and 2 times he went to run around looking. This is the first time I taught him this stuff already. I taught him to use how to go through the doorways already. Good boy. Good boy. But he needed the refresher course today. Leave that. Oh, one more time. Oh, good. Good, good. Usually he doesn't chase stuff very many times. Come on. Let's go. Let's go home. Oh, he even brought the ball back. Wow. Okay. Let me see. Let me hook you back up. Even though he's part of the family, you see we have to keep a leash on him. Even though he's part of the family, he's still leashed. Okay, let's go. That's his release word, is okay. Whatever I got him doing or whatever he's doing, when I tell him okay, he knows it's time. Whatever we're doing or whatever he's doing is done. Whoops, fancy camera work. I'm trying to get my gloves back on. Okay, Tobe. Let's make our way, Bubba. Let's make our way. Come on. Ooh, the dew. The dew is on the grass. You see the dew fell. And it froze. There's frozen windshields everywhere. There we go. Cold morning. Yeah, it was 27 Be Okay when I left the house. I wish I could do the Celsius conversion in my head. But I do it for Ann and Helen, and they don't understand temperature anyway, they said. One day we had a conversation. I said, so when you look out the window and the rock's wet, that means it's raining, right? I got to know the temperature. I got to know the temperature every day so I know how to dress when I leave the house, or how hot it's going to get or cold it's going to get in the house. Toby could make these trips without his leash on. I'm sure of it by now. Well, unless we see a squirrel. But there's leash laws in this town. Not that many people follow them. But me and Toby, we follow the letter of the law. Nothing is worth your freedom, right? There's absolutely nothing in this world worth your freedom. We got to this church by 7 a.m. this morning. That church, you can see the spires in the foreground, or in the background of the video. But the bells weren't going off. I thought they went off in the AM too. I could have swore I heard them in the AM. We have to come at 7 p.m. to hear them. -6 for them. Okay. -6. Holy cow. Well, it'll be like that. It'll be like that Fahrenheit here pretty soon. I tell Toby that when we pass these dogs barking at them, I remind them that they're barking because they don't go for walks. Toby usually can ignore them, but I think every once in a while one of them dogs says something he can't ignore, and he has to respond. But you know, I think there's a lot of dogs that, now this is just me. Dogs communicate, they know what each other's saying, but I'm sure there's a lot of dogs out there that don't know how to speak the language. Believe it. There's dogs that, one of the lessons we learned in my dog classes I take, that dogs don't know they're dogs until you teach them they're dogs. Another thing I didn't know, dogs don't know they have back feet until you make them aware of their back feet. Like we used to do these exercises when he was a puppy, where he would go over the ramp, the agility ramp, but then stop at the bottom with his back feet on the ramp still. And then sometimes would make them, they're heeling in front of the ramp, but then making them back up the ramp with your back feet first, and that makes them back feet aware. But back to I think there's some dogs that don't know how to speak the language, and they just run their mouths, and that's what causes the other dogs to want to fight with them. Really, that's what how my girl Maria would say it. Oh, really? Yup. I firmly believe, and that's just from the last 5 years of being really close with these dogs, spending a lot of time with them and going to the dog schools. We go to 2, 3, 4 different places for classes. And there's all kinds of dogs at all these different classes, from all over the place. There's only a couple people I see at the same class, at 2 different classes. But other than that, and all those dogs are well trained because they're all show dogs, and obedience dogs. But they know they're dogs. Once you reach that kind of training, they know they're a dog. Oh, it's time for me to clean up after the Tobster again. Find a place to set this down. I'm going to set that down a second, folks. I'll be right with you. Be very kind. The trick is to find it before you step in it. The trick is to find it before you step in it. Come here, Toby. Look at the phone. Why are you fighting me? I know what I'm trying to do. One more minute, folks. I deal with the job. This is the part of pet ownership that's tough. It's taking care of the 1, 2, 3s. Okay, gloves. We got gloves. We got phone, and we're off again. Purple bag time. This is how the Border Collie normally moves, with his head down, except for Toby sniffing. Head down, tail out, tail never up. They're how do you say it? Their bone structure the way they were mixed and bred and all that. They've got this wide gap right here between their shoulder blades. Right here's the points of their shoulder blades, and they got this big gap there. And that's from breeding. That way they can move with their heads down. Other breeds don't have that gap. They move with their heads up. Yeah, Toby Poopy. You know, I've never seen the poopy emoji used in the right context until today. That's when you use that poopy emoji. That's hilarious. Yes. Toby dropped the deuce. I never got used to that phrase, that dropping the deuce. I had a brother-in-law that said that. I'll use that term. He was a military guy. Maybe it's a military term. Yeah. Well, Simone prettied it up. Simone prettied it up with pink. Pretty in pink. It's not so bad. But like that saying, how's it the poem about a rose by any other name? No matter what color you make it, it's still poop. And I think I said my rule earlier that I need to live by, but for some reason I can't. Is when you're picking up poop, always keep your mouth closed or you're gonna taste it. Ugh. It's fun. While we're on this, it's funny. In the dark, you know, I gotta find it, so I got my flashlight because I'm not gonna leave it in somebody's yard. But I always take a smell first because he doesn't always poop when he goes through the motions. You know what I mean? So if I don't smell nothing, then I don't have to look for nothing. But I know when that smell hits, woo, I gotta look for it. That's your favorite way to say it. I wonder how that school bus is going to get through that roadblock up there. Or if they're even trying. Oh, they're going to make it. Okay, come on. Okay, come on. Okay, come on. Come on. Big school bus going by. She had to wait in the middle of her turn so me and Tobe could get across the street. You know, in the U.S., there's laws that the pedestrians have the right of way. But they ignore that law in this town. I'm surprised the bus didn't give us the horn. That's the way they play in this town. They will run you over. Believe it. Been there, done that. That's the church that we want to hear the bells in the morning. That's the reason you can't have a dog. I don't. There's a trade-off. You either pick it up along your walk, or you pick it up in your yard. I'd rather pick it up along the walk than walk through my yard and step in it and find it. There's businesses here that do that. They'll come and they'll clean your yards up. They'll come and they'll clean the poop out of your yard, the dog poop. There's businesses here that do that. Oops, fancy camera work. We're headed towards home, folks. The battery says 18%. I'm sure we got enough to get there. Come on, Toby, put that leg down. Let's keep moving. Remote start. See, there's nobody in the car and it's running. That's the remote starter from in the house. You just push the button. My truck's got that. when I bought it, I was bumming because I asked the people that were selling it at the car dealership, I said, it's got remote start, right? That's a must for up here in Michigan. You got to have remote start. And they said, no remote start. And then we looked at the build sheet, and the build sheet didn't say remote start on it. But a couple of months after I had it, I was playing with the key fob, and I'll be damned if I didn't get it to start. It does have remote start. And the guy at the dealership, he had the mechanics look for it, and there was no aftermarket. They couldn't find anything anywhere. So it's got magical remote start. It makes a big difference in the wintertime. Hey, even when it's 90 and 100 degrees out, it makes a big difference to pre-start your car with the air conditioning on full blast. Remote start. Well, you think in those fancy Bentleys and Rolls Royce you drive, Simone, that those would come with that. You'll have to talk to Mr. Rolls or Mr. Royce or Mr. Bentley and tell them, hey, you need to get on this. We came by here yesterday. They were working already. Toby spotted a white cat across the street. So he's in hunt mode. Let's see if I can get the camera down. What's that? Is that kitty? That's the kitty. Come on, leave it. Come on. That's the kitty. That's meow meow. Meow meow kitty. It's just a baby. That's a baby, Toby. Good boy, leave it. Good boy, leave it. Such a good boy. Come on out of there. Normally I let him go to the bathroom between the sidewalk and the curb, but in a yard like that, I can't let it happen because that guy takes really good care of that. They got all kinds of stuff planted there. Oh, you buy American cars? I buy Fords. But one of my favorite cars I ever had was my Chevy Suburban. I had it was 1987 Chevy Suburban Silverado with the 4x4, selectable 4x4. Oh my God, it was a beast. It was a beast. I never, ever one time I drove that truck for 10 years. And it was when I was working construction and going fishing and hunting all the time. So I was in the woods with that truck. I was literally on the ice with that truck. I'd drive it down onto the beach and onto the ice and park it. All through the woods, the trails. Every snowstorm we ever had, when nobody else could get out, I could get out. When nobody else could drive, I could drive with that thing. It was a beast, and I kept the big knobby Michelin tires on it, good tires, and never got stuck. I remember one time at a construction site, we pulled up next to the building, and it was there was no concrete around the building or anything yet, and the truck sunk down into the mud all the way to the running boards. It was like, uh-oh, and I had a truckload of people. We were going to work, and I used to haul some of my favorite friends with me to work, work friends. There we go. Just because you work together doesn't make you friends, but you can be work friends. Never trust your work people. Anyhow, so me and the guy in the front seat, we opened the door and stepped out of the running boards, and held onto the bumper, or the what do you call it, the fender, and leaned down because it had lockout hubs in the front where you got to get up, you got to manually turn the knobs on them to put them into four-wheel drive. We never had to step down onto the ground, and locked them in, threw it in reverse, backed right out of it. Never, ever did I get stuck in that vehicle one time. I've never been stuck in the vehicle I drive now, that Ford Explorer. That Ford Explorer's got 319,000 miles on it. 319,000 miles on a Ford Explorer. I had it, what do you call it? Maintained by the dealerships wherever I was working and wherever I was at. It always went to the dealerships till it hit about 200,000, 220,000, and then I started taking it to the regular garage, the regular mechanic down the street, you know. Yeah, 319,000. The guys at the oil change shop, every time I pull in there, they're like, wow. Usually you only see that kind of mileage on diesel work trucks, the big diesel dually work trucks. You never see that kind of mileage on ooh, wait a minute. What do we got in front of us? You never see that kind of mileage on a passenger vehicle. And the interior, other than dog hair in the back, it's probably a 8.5 or 9 out of 10. Super clean, nothing's tore up, everything works. Super duper clean. When it was, how old is it now? It's a 2010, so it's 15 years old. I remember somebody asking me when it was like 8 or 9 years old, this is brand new? This is new, when did you get it, you know? And I'm like, no, this car is however many years old. I already had 150,000 miles on it when I got asked that. Was it brand new? Super well maintained. That's what you got to do. Keep your stuff in tip-top condition. Plus, it always, whenever there's a light come on or something's wrong, I take it straight to the mechanic, you know. Nothing but good parts. You had a Chevy before, Simone? Now you drive a Mitsubishi Outlander. Oh, that's cool. Those are nice cars. I had a Mitsubishi Galant. It wasn't mine, it was a rental. I used to drive a whole lot of miles for work. Like, just the work miles was like 35, 40,000 a year. Just in work miles. And there was a couple years that I used rental cars. Because when I did the math, it was cheaper in the long run by the year, you know, tax-wise, to use the rental car than to buy one new. And with those rental cars, they changed them out. Like, they'd give me a brand new car, and when it got to 10,000 miles, they'd take it and give me another brand new car. And I did that for a couple of years. And you know, when you're getting paid mileage, the mileage covers it all. Or you take actual expenses, you know. But yeah, I did that for a couple of years. And for a while I drove those Mitsubishi. Then I switched to the Toyota dealer. They gave me the friends and family discount. And I drove some nice Camrys. The super Camrys, the souped up, though, I don't know the letters that they put on them. But with the full headline moonroofs and stuff, oh man. That stuff was cool. Assad Danger brand. Hey Melissa, how's it going? Melissa says I drive a Dodge Jimmy. Never had any motor issues with it. Yup. You know, some of these cars are put together right. You get that 1 in a million, or not a million, but 1 in 1,000 that was put together right on a Wednesday, not on a Monday when people don't want to be at work, or a Friday when they're recovering from the Thursday night party, like thinking about the weekend. You get a good car built Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Anyhow, yeah, some of them last and last. It's all how you take care of them. If you treat them right, take care of them, don't beat them up. Hey, where are you supposed to be? You're supposed to be. They last forever. This Explorer is going to be a 500,000 mile vehicle. It's only got 180 to go, 181. I'm not going to drive it that long. Somebody else will drive it up. Maybe one of the kids will get it. I got a grandson that can be driving here in another year, in a couple years. Maybe, I don't know. I don't think I give it to the grandson. It needs a gentle touch to keep rolling. You know, you can't be hard on things. Come on, Tobis. Like a woman. Yeah, you can't be hard on a woman either. What's the biggest thing right there? You get repair and maintenance on it. Oh, that's the biggest thing. Yeah. That's it. You change that oil. Changing that oil is the top thing, you know? When I change the oil every 5,000, the oil shop tells me, "Oh no, you got to be in here every 3,000." But the manual says 5,000 if you're using the synthetic, and that's what I use, is that synthetic blend. I don't go full synthetic. You go full synthetic, you can go 10,000 miles without an oil change. I use the semi-synthetic and change it every 5,000 like clockwork. I don't even have them put the oil change sticker in my window. I go by every time that the 1,000 number reaches a 0 or a 5. I know I got to change the oil, right? Hey, Ron. It's one of my oldest friends there. Not old age-wise, but I met Ron when I was 21. He's 10 years older. We used to hang out like wet clothes back in the day, back in the 80s. Party. When I was a young guy, we partied all night, every night. We used to play this game, what was it called? I think it was called Cooper or something like that. Some card game. I don't remember. We also played like dominoes and Uno and what else? And video games. That was back in the 80s. 1980s, early 1990s. Yeah, 80s peoples. I'm actually a 1960s peoples. I'm what they call the first year of the Gen X. Is that it? The generation right after the baby boomers. I saw some things that said that I was the last year of the baby boomers, but more recently I'm the first year of the next one. I think is that called Gen X? It runs from 65 to 84. What's everyone's dream car? If I could have a car, if any car I wanted, I would pick a two-door Cadillac. Let me get this right. SVS? No. It's the souped up one. They sell one that's got like a race car engine in it. Now they only sell it as a four-door, but they used to, I think it's prior to 2014, they sold it in 2012, they sold it as a two-door. And the badge, it's not a regular Cadillac badge on it. It's got a world, a globe on it. SVT. I think that's what it is. That's what I would have. And I would have it as my daily driver. I'd be souped up, riding around, squealing the tires all the time. That, or my 74 Camaro that I used to have. If I could have that back, so that's a different question. Which car would you like to have back? I'd like to have that 74 Camaro I had back. I sold it in 1985. I sold it for $500. It was all rusted out body. That same car today in that exact same shape, even if it would have sat in the garage and rotted out for another 40 years, that car today is over $10,000 car in the worse shape than it was when I sold it. This place cracks me up. They got an alarm that sounds when you're like, you don't even walk in the yard and their alarm's going off and the lights are flashing and shit. It's really funny. They must be growing dope in there or selling crack or something to have alarms like that. Take it easy, be okay. It's time to start the strism. We'll check you out in a little bit. We're almost done anyway. Normally we'd be done right now, but I saw I had a few minutes to go, so we took an extra 4 blocks here. But we're actually done. When we get around the corner here and 4 blocks down. Bentley, the SUV. Oh, you know, if you had cars like that, some of them cars that you can't find people to work on them, and when you do, you have to go to the dealership, and it's probably in a different town if you even have one in your state, and it's crazy expensive. But I imagine where you live, there's Bentley mechanics everywhere, right? There's Bentley mechanics, Rolls mechanics, MGB mechanics, Sterling mechanics. They're all used to working on that. You're a Gen X 70s baby? Awesome. Awesome, Melissa. So we probably got kids around the same age. My oldest is, let's see, my oldest is 42. And he's a Gen X also, I believe. But my daughter, my youngest, I believe she's one of them. Let me think. Nope, she's not a millennial. Millennials are born in the 2000 and forward, right? I have one that's 42. I have one that's 35, 34, and one that's 30. (36), 42, 36, and 30. About to be 31. They put names on everything. Naming they name the snowstorms now. The Weather Channel, they weren't content with naming hurricanes, typhoons. Now they've named snowstorms. Isn't that crazy? Well, folks, we have come to the end of today's walk. We are almost home. We're going to start our goodbyes now. That way everybody can get over to BOK's and not miss anything good. She's funny as hell. Which site is she getting? BOK Media Life? Yeah. Everybody knows where to find her. We'll head over that way after we get our walk done. Say hi to the people. Hey, Bubba. Oh, I forgot to show the Christmas. We'll have to come by it in the evening when it's all lit up and inflated and everything. But there's all kinds of Christmas here already. We haven't even gotten to Thanksgiving yet. And we got the Christmas out. I'm sure. Whoa, Toby. Dang it, now we're destroying people's stuff in their yards. Come on, Toby. Come on out of there. That's what happens. Christmas in advance, yes. Thanksgiving coming up, I can't wait. We're gonna have a family meal that we haven't had in a long time. We've only had, that I've been to, we've only had one family meal since my sister died. She died 3 years ago, right at Christmas time. Like, she was cooking her roast ahead of time for one of the Christmas dinners. And she passed away in her sleep. Real young, too. So she was 60? Yeah, she is 60. Crazy, out of nowhere. But anyhow, that's probably why we haven't had family meals in a while. Because nobody wants to get together at Christmas time. But this year we're doing it, and one of her kids is hosting it. All her kids will be there. She's got 5. I've got 3. All her kids will be there. All my kids will be there. And Grandma, my mom, she's in her 80s. I've got this picture. I've got her high school graduation picture. Back then, they painted the pictures. Where she was at, and she graduated, the tradition was to get a painted picture, not a photograph. So that's in my possession. And about 5 or 6 months ago, I had it reframed. It was just in a cheap, like dime store frame. You know what I mean? The cheap metal band around the outside with just plain glass, cardboard back. You know, you pick it up at the dollar store for $1.99 or whatever. It was in a frame like that. It's a big picture. Probably at least 14 by 20. At least. Anyhow, I took it to the frame shop and had it framed. It was like $500. It's no joke. No joke to take stuff to the frame shop. But that picture to me and to the family is priceless. I had it put in an antique frame. I had chosen new materials for them to make the frame out of. And it was beautiful. It was going to be a 2-layered frame. Look at all the squirrels. It was going to be one of those double-layered frame. And only when we ordered the materials, and when the materials showed up, they were a different color. And it just didn't work with the colors in the painting. And there was nothing else in the shop. So she said, hey, if you want to look at some antique frames I got. And I said, sure. And I picked out this gorgeous frame, real super fancy. And you know, they had to rework it and do all the stuff and remat it, you know. And I had them use the museum glass and all that stuff. So it's a museum quality frame job. And I'm gonna take it to the party. All right, take it easy, Melissa. We'll see you there. So I'm gonna take it to the party for everyone to see. No one's seen it since it's been framed, not even Mom. Well, we will unveil it. I'm gonna have to start a trust for it. I'll put some money in it so that the kids can with rules, so that the grandkids can trade it off every year. And it can hang in somebody else's house every year after I pass. They'll just have to ship it from house to house. Well, we're at the end of our road here. We're gonna say goodbye, folks. Y'all take it easy. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Toby, come and say goodbye to the peoples. Right here. Hey, look what I got. Look what I got. Yeah. 1994. That's a good year, Assad. You're still a young fella. Anyhow, we'll catch you guys later in the streets. Have fun. Have a great day. Have a great evening. I'm going in to make some breakfast and then get to work. Toby's going to eat his breakfast, and Tommy Cat, they will eat, and then Toby will go outside and lay on the concrete or in the frozen ground. He'll go outside and lay around till noon, 1 o'clock. Then he'll want to come in. He spends every morning outside unless it's raining. Even when the snow's 2 feet deep, he's out there laying in it. All right, y'all, be cool, be fruitful, and multiply, and all that good stuff. And we'll see you next time. Take it easy, friends. We'll see ya. Bye. Say goodbye, Toby. Say goodbye, Toby. Say goodbye, little buddy. Sit. Sit. Hey, sit for the people. Sit up. Sit up. Come on.